What is up, YouTube? This is Fortune Circuit, and we're back from a huge ass hiatus that we haven't been doing for a long time.
We're fast forwarding to the future.
And that
Guys,
we haven't been through everywhere. We went through the times of the episode on 9/11 and went through the strides back into the channel. But now, here we are, all set up. It's October. It's been a long time, so we're glad to be back on the show, guys. Of course, with Noel
spooky season is here. Just.
and Giovanni.
Oh, I mean, Christmas is here. You know, haven't you seen TVS?
You son of a bitch! You
Bro,
get the hell out of here.
I love Christmas, but get the seasons right, damn it.
Get your fucking seasons right. For God's sake, after candies is turkeys, after turkeys is cancer. Do you understand the concept, Gio? Ugh!
Hey man, I want a turkey, but they're none available.
Don't worry, we'll
So-
just eat you. Anyway,
Oof.
so, but if all jokes aside, guys, welcome back to the podcast. It's been a while. So, what have you guys been up to lately?
School. A lot of
Just-
studying.
Paying off some debt, starting school soon.
That's actually great.
Paying off debt. Paying off debt. Buying cards. Paying off debt.
Same thing. Same thing. Got some money. About to lose all my money. Working my ass off. Bought some new cards. Hanging out with my friends. Getting yelled at by my mom. Still love my mom. Still yelling at my mom. All the same bull crap. You know,
Pulls a God pack while your mom yells at you.
she doesn't know that.
Oh no!
If you guys want to go ahead and check out my little brief fat side of me opening a God pack for the first time here at the DBS, link in the description below. You guys can check it out. Give us up from 6 views to 100. But without further ado, guys, we are back, and we did say we were coming back. Unfortunately, the recording I planned to do got a little on hold because we didn't get all the cards revealed. But one by one, we are going to do each card for the Draft Box 6 Giant Force. So as of now, we're going to do the review of all the cards in the order that they came out. So we're going to start with red. And for the cards that you saw...
Broken Force.
Yeah, of course. And of course, with the multicolors that did get revealed in some of the few videos from the other DBZ, DBS YouTubers, we're going to save those last after black. Because we know yellow's going to be next, and then black, and then we'll do multicolors afterwards. If black has a small amount of sets, then we'll do multicolor with it just in case. But right now, let's go ahead, stop goofing around, and let's go already get straight back to the podcast because I know you guys miss us so much. So, alright guys, so let's get started. And the first card we're going to be talking about here is the Master Roshi Potential Unleashed Unison. It is the Unison that requires 2 red marks. Its auto effect is if your leader card is red and your opponent's life is at 5 or more when this card is played, deal 1 damage to your opponent. +1 activate main, this card gets plus 5,000 powers for the turn. -4 activate main, this card gets 15,000 power and double strike for the turn.
Let's see here. Peel off deck really likes this card, that's for sure. And it's interesting, red getting a 2-cost unison. Pretty good. I'm sure Yamcha may side some to burn the opponent 1 damage. It's a really interesting unison they've given us here, and I don't know. I think Pilaf probably makes the best use of this unison for sure. But, I mean, you could play this and the Jiren unison in that deck, but it's interesting. I want to know if they're gonna make a 1-drop red unison at some point. But this leaves me intrigued where they're gonna go with the red unison, because they have double strike and they neg stuff and they do very specific things. So it makes me curious what the future of red unisons will be after the Draft Box 6.
I like it because, you know, second compare after green. I think red has also the best unisons because they do show a way of potential with not just like power boost or nicking your opponent, but also having these collateral damage effects, you know, where they can hurt your opponent straight with the aggro, give it the power boost, do the double strikes, like whatever you call it, you know. And the idea with these card reveals here for red is that they're going to deal damage to your opponent either way, which is something when red actually shows their true colors. This is the full power of what red can actually do, and I believe this is something what Noel should have had long ago, but then it's like already too late for him since you know, he moved to a different color at the stats, and it's a little too late, but I highly doubt. But other than guys like Noel, I know for the fact that, you know, this unison is pretty good, pretty nice. Of course, they're only going to show like at least about one unison in this box for the per color. But, you know, I really do enjoy this card. It's not bad. It's uncommon, so it's not that going to be hard to get. And it's, like you said, for the Pilaf, that's pretty good. As well as also for like other burn decks like Yamcha and, you know, other future cards, and especially with the core you have here with the King Piccolo. So however you play this card, all you know is you just get the right resources, and all you can do is just hurt your opponent around turns 2 to, like, at least maybe turns 2 to 3.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Noel.
I thought you were gonna keep going.
No, I was waiting for Noel.
I just like that it's a Master Roshi.
And we're back, folks. We are definitely back in the podcast.
Yep, no, taking forever. We're back. Yep.
I'm here.
Noel, why you took forever, man? It's been like 2 hours. Oh, he's gone. And he's back. Oh my god, Noel, you took like 20 years. What the hell, man?
Can you hear me now?
Maybe.
Okay. I said I just like the fact that it's a Master Roshi card.
I like how you have to laugh for a second time. Alright, I guess we'll just move on. So, here we got the vanilla cards. We got Master Shen, Master Roshi, and no Master Mutaito. I'll just say quickly that the artwork is pretty cool, except for Mutaito, who looks pretty stupid. Because, you know, he's supposed to be both their Shen and Roshi's ultimate master, and the guy who defeated King Piccolo, using the master who was also the original master of the Mufa. Mafuba, thank you, sorry. Bleh. Yeah.
He looks pissed. He looks pissed on the picture.
Yeah, it looks like he was embarrassed. Like, I didn't get this. It looks weird. Like, Shen has that cocky heels pose, like the Karate Kid. Master Roshi already has his "I'm ready to fight you" seriously pose, and then Mutaito looks like a total gobsnipe. Like, seriously, he looks like he's pissed at something, and I feel like it's all Noel's fault for some reason.
That's because he's about to kick your ass, bro.
Yeah, with a 30k
Oh,
power.
wow. The drunken master.
Oh, man.
Exactly.
I love how they made Master Shen 10,000 power because, you know, he's crap, he sucks, he's cocky, and no one gives a shit about him.
Well, it's mainly because he was the rival for Roshi, and he was an asshole and a villain, and he obviously didn't show his true power. He only does things like a cocky evil way. Even in a filler when Goku was training with Kami at the time, he went back into the past and saw his master Roshi and Shen at a younger age, and Shen was still a cocky guy, and Roshi was still a perv. But the difference was Roshi knows the balance of good, even though he was a perv. He knows what's right and what's wrong, unlike Shen.
That makes Shen the true pervert of evil.
No, they're both perverts.
And then you have Bulma right under her looking at them at an upward position.
Oh, I mean, she has to look up Shen's god-awful skirt. I mean, that's an awkward position. What do you expect? So,
I mean, you're not wrong.
So here we have Bulma, a Heartfelt Wish. She's a blocker. Auto effect is when this card activates its blocker skill, choose up to one of your opponent's leader cards or battle cards, and it gets -5 for the turn.
My question is why isn't it called Bulma Heartfelt Plea?
I don't even know if that was supposed to be a joke, or you were just laughing at your own joke for sadness.
Both.
Well, I was gonna say I actually like this blocker. I like the idea that it's one of those key blocker cards that actually can do something after it does something with the blocker effect. So that way your opponent has to deal with an annoying card for the turn. So he's also perfect for the Yamcha decks as well, since they always provide to ask for a Bulma to be summoned on the field. So it goes pretty well to be used mainly
I
in
think
Yamcha.
I think it's really good as a one drop blocker, just because of the simple fact that if they're swinging with their leader and they have like an annoying one drop on the field that you can't touch, you can just be like, okay, neg it by 5, it's dead, and so then you block and you get to have on spot removal for small little things. So like let's say they have a Bulma on field themselves, you could just be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna use my Bulma to neg your Bulma, and I'm also gonna be blocking your attack.
Oh, it could also hurt like decks, cards that have may have a blocker themselves or revenge.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, if this is green, that'd be great. You could make it a blocker revenge with the Vegito unison.
Nah, I'm good. Stop making green broken. Give some yellow some love.
Is revenge only allowed on
Give
green?
yellow love.
But is revenge only on green most of the time?
I think there's like one black revenge blocker, and it's a Toa, if I'm not mistaken. But I think all the revenge cards are green except for a red Goten blocker, or it's a Goten, and then when you play it in Bulma, it has.
Blocker and revenge.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's the only color that like. I'm pretty sure black has one revenge blocker, and it's Toa, and then the red Goten. But almost all revenge cards have, besides the Sin Shenron, obviously the big boy Sin Shenron. Most of the revenge cards are in green.
Do you ever feel like with Bulma is that when she has the short hair, she looks more mature than she is when she has long hair?
Yeah, but she's sexy when she has the long hair.
Yeah, but I always feel like she acts less slutty when she has the short hair.
Yeah, because she's a mom, Lomao.
No, because I'm not thinking just mom. I'm always thinking like all her characters from all the years in all the Dragon Ball series. Like the only time she did act it only sexy, but only trying to get it was with the short hair was like Zamasu, but that was only just a toy with him so she can like give Trunks time for the Mafuba. But other than that, like if you watch like the Dragon Ball and you watch the Dragon Ball Z, she doesn't really act all slutty and stuff. She actually acts mature. Until it's like she grows hair, then yeah, she just goes slutty because that's where you pretty much see it.
Listen, bro, Bulma will always be a thought. Okay, just stop.
Every anime in the world is a thought. You're just sad enough to just go for it. Alright, let's move on. So next we got Pilaf, King Piccolo's Underling. Permanent, if your leader card is red, this card can attack battle cards in active mode.
I think it's a really good card to draft.
I really think so too. I like the idea of the concept that they're no longer they are starting to like put more regular normal cards in these draft boxes, unlike the last two. Although it feels more like a special box than a draft box base deck anyway. I know like they did that with Universe in the Draft Box 5, but that's feeling like it looked like Tournament of Power 2.0. This one is more like we're just giving we're making a special thing, but we're just gonna call it draft box and just not care.
It's an interesting card, but I kind of wish it was a one drop.
Yeah.
You could make once you play Shenron Unison, you could make all your red cards swing inactive anyway, and then you have a Unison. I mean, I don't know why they print cards like this. I mean, maybe you could play it in the Pilaf deck with some Earthling and all that, but other than that, I don't know.
Well, it's not a bad card. I mean, I agree. The 2-drop is a little too much. I think 1-drop should have been fine. I mean, did the peel of cards like in his deck like just search up for like any of himself and the minions, or they're just they just do like these weird effects. They do some weird combos and stuff. Yeah, you guys are like really in the A game on the podcast today, aren't we?
I mean, I already said I was going to speak about Pilaf.
Oh, right. Well,
I did too. I just said it was a great draft box card. That's it.
gee, thanks. At least answer my question.
Well, let's go with Shu, the counterplay king.
Oh my god, fine. Of course. Let's move on then. Shu, King Piccolo's Underling. Counterplay, if your leader card is red, play this card. And if the battle card being played has 5,000 power or less, it's placed to the owner's drop rate instead of being played.
It's Kaka.
Wanna give it a reason why it's Kaka?
You're only hitting a 5k.
I mean, if you hit Dark Power Black Mantane, that's cool.
I mean, I guess.
Big in the format.
Yeah, I guess that's like the only thing you would want to hit. Well, what else besides the that Bulma that we saw?
Yeah.
Bulma.
I mean, if it hits Dark Power Black Mantane, you'd hit that because like that card's pretty big in main deck, side decks right now.
The only sad part is it has to only hit cards with 5,000 power when they're played, instead of like, oh, if they're already hit down to 5,000, you could do this card effect. But yeah, it's just that counterplay effect kind of does ruin the idea, because if it's at 10,000 power or less, that's fine. But the 5,000 power less, I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of like a little of the Dr. Mew leader, where there's like, oh, you can only summon a Machine Mew, but it has to have like 5,000 power less, and when you awaken, oh, it has to be 10,000 power less, but you can just summon out other creatures on the board just to have at least up to like 10,000 or more. So I kind of agree with it. I was thinking of trying to see maybe a little positivity, but then if it just says 5,000, it's not worth it.
I mean, it kind of poops on the blue yellow veggies. Just shits all over it for all the small drops.
Yeah, but then that's like if that would ever come back, but it's not for a while.
It's a good road deck, to be honest.
I mean, you could kind of play the 1-drop critical, 1-drop double strikers.
I think that's the idea of it. It's supposed to stop the double strike and critics 1-drops cards.
So I mean, I think that would probably be the best application.
I mean, you could
something.
Well, there's a positive thing.
Oh, you know what? It also poops on all the servant cards. All the servant cards that have like 5k.
Oh yeah, like the Bola, for example. She has like 5k.
Yeah, because they won't gain the 10k until they hit the field. So if it never hits the field, it's still 5k. So you just poop all over the servants.
Yeah, because she only be summoned when you do that, when you negate an attack. But this guy says no, because if you remember, this is an anti-baby deck. So
it also poops on the 1-drop for Broly swap.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Oh, it also stops like even some of the old Broly cards like the Paragus, so it doesn't do the surge. And it also gets rid of the Paragus promo, so that you don't get to use it for any of the green decks. It actually, okay, well, there are actually positives for Shu, okay. So it's not really caca at all. It actually does something. We're just like, we just didn't.
I guess just at first it looks like crap. But
I had a feeling there's something special. But okay, you know what, Shu? You're not caca. You're just mediocre, but not caca. You're doing something well. I say side deck material. How about that, guys?
come on.
Okay.
Sure.
Alright, so next up we got King Piccolo Yearning for Youth. Auto, when this card is played, draw a card. Activate main once per turn by paying 2 red energies. If your leader card is red, this card gets 11,000 power and critical for the turn, and if your opponent's life is 5 or more, deal 1 damage to them.
I have to read it myself. This is a draft box card. It's not a good constructive card. That's for draft. I wouldn't use it outside of draft.
I just feel like draft is not going to be a thing, and I know we're talking about a draft box here, but
It's never a thing, dude. That's what pisses me off about the stupid draft box.
It's a wonderful set that brings lots of cards that people can't accumulate because it's never found. Hey, you know,
They
you gotta make
they
money tonight.
stop calling it a draft box and just called it Fiends mini set. They're gonna bring back Fiend mini sets because nobody
Yeah,
uses that.
we talked
If you're listening, Bandai, nobody drafts, and if they do, it's because the store decides to make them pay less, so they lose money on it to start drafts. Because no one wants to pay $20 to do a draft.
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing a draft. It sounds like fun. I think take a little break from the main meta. Although
That's fine, but are you gonna pay 25?
fine.
Are you gonna pay $25 to do a draft? No, right? Okay.
I don't know, but Bandai doesn't.
You can play Magic the Gathering and pay $15 and do a draft. That's, like, come on.
At least they do a draft, and theirs is fun. But this is not even a draft. They don't even bother calling it. Why bother calling it a draft? You're not even doing a proper draft. It's more of a joke. But let's all.
I mean, we love Bandai and love the cards, but you know, it's
Well, we haven't.
Yeah,
we
other
still
people-
haven't heard from you, Bandai. Please give us a shout out. Gio had to beg to you so that me and him could do the review
Oh,
on the
yeah.
next cards. We love you. We probably.
Yeah,
we love
let-
it.
We'll make sure Noel's not in the next that video. We'll make sure of it because we have to literally put a muzzle on him and he keeps like going with it.
Yeah.
But besides draft, guys, what's your honest opinion on this card's effect?
Again, I think it's only good in drafted. This is not good in constructed. Someone, like, to pay 2 just to turn it into a 15k critical is stupid. For that, you just play the 1-drop critical card.
With extra damage, of course. Alright, Gio, what do you think?
It's a neat card, psycho card, and you know, like you can burn them if they have, like it's pretty cool if you're playing like a stall deck and stuff like that, or decks that like they want to be at high life total to deal a damage.
I feel as though
Yeah.
I feel as though like they should bring back the leader cards when they used to do in these boxes because they were a lot. Not only because they were fun for like different decks, but you know they should do something so like you have a base deck. So like, for example, oh yeah, I'll just play this King Piccolo for free with my King Piccolo leader card or whatever, and then on my next turn I'll just tap 2 so that I can have a crit for the turn, and I also get to deal damage to my opponent since he has 5 or more life because I can do that and screw you guys.
Oh, screw yourself, Jack.
That's what they should do. But since they don't do leader cards, and when they do leader cards, they all have the same freaking effect when they awaken, and they suck. So, yeah.
Next card.
Alright, it is Tambourine, Demon Clan Warrior, unique critical. If your leader card is red, and you choose one card in your hand other than this card and discard it, when your opponent takes damage from a skill on one of your battle cards or unison cards, play this card from your hand.
Free as fuck?
Yeah, it's a cool card.
This is the second Tambourine with crit, correct? Because I remember they did because
Sure.
there was a green Tambourine back in set 4 when they were doing like the Piccolo Slug stuff, and
Oh yeah, I think he's a blocker, isn't he? Not a critical?
no, that was what's the dragon?
Oh, the dragon fucker.
Yeah, dragon. Symbol. No. Yeah, Tambourine was it. It just he was like the Piccolo Junior, just like is a 2-drop crit.
Oh wait, no, the tambourine was a vanilla. That's what it was.
Yeah. Oh, it was a vanilla. Oh, then it was drum then or something. I don't know.
Who cares, bro?
Oh well. Well, most of these cards have the same effect. The only difference they have, besides unique, is that they have their own set of style, other abilities. Like Piano here has barrier, Symbol is a blocker, and Drum is a double strike. So we all know that you're not gonna play Piano in the deck because who the hell cares? You're gonna play a free card that has barrier and it does nothing. You get to play out Tambourine, it's a crit, and you got Symbol, who's a blocker, a 15k blocker, if I may ask. And Drum as 15k double strike, which gives more of a boost if you tech in some other cards to power him up. So either way, these are all excellent. So I like it. I felt as though Piano should have been like a searcher, like, oh yeah, I'll search for either of the three because fuck it, why not?
It's like a little engine cycle thing they got going.
Anything on this one, Noel?
No, not really.
Okay. Alright, so let's move on. We got Yamcha, Eye for an Eye. Double strike, auto effect when this card attacks, choose up to one mono red battle card with an energy cost of 2 or less in your hand and play it.
Again, I think this is a draft card. Like that, like this is like a fit, like a boss monster draft.
And Geo's dead. And he's back alive. But do you just see anything else besides draft, or do you just like that effect is just what makes it more draft?
It's not good unless there's a way to cheat this out for like a turn earlier or two. Then okay, cool. I think it'd be a great card and constructed, but this is a draft card just because of the simple fact that it's only 20k and you have to pay 4 for it with double strike. And then it's cool that you get like again, it's you're paying too much to do too little for a turn 4 play.
Wasn't there like any other effects that makes you reduce the energy cost for Yamchas, or no?
Not that I know of.
What about you, Gio? Since you know Yamcha more, since you play Yamcha.
For a draft, I still think the Goku promo is probably better.
Oh, okay.
Transfer attacks use one mono red battle card. I mean, if you're gonna pay that for investment to drop something, like, what are you gonna drop, like the same Pab or whatever? I mean, I don't know. I think the promo Goku where you burn 1, pay 3 is probably better. Like, I know Yamcha doesn't want to pay like ridiculously high mana for things in the deck, so that's what I'd say.
I mean, if you take away double strike and make it a 2-drop and keep the effect and lower the cost, maybe make it 15, I say it'd be okay. But yeah, agreed. 4-drop is so much for such a good effect, so it is asking a bit too much. If there was a card that could help reduce its cost less, so you can summon it, I mean, maybe leave a 3-drop, I wouldn't be mad. At least 3-drop. Like 4-drop, it is too much, and for an uncommon, it's like not worth it. But I guess it's because I base it on rarity.
Like I said, this is a finisher for draft.
Yep. Okay, so next we got Tien Shinhan Eye for an Eye. Critical dual attack. When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets neg 25,000 power for the turn.
Well, I'll get it eye for an eye because he has a 3rd eye. So if someone stabs out one of his eyes, he still has 2.
Slap yourself. But I'll quote Noel, this is a draft box. This is a draft card.
This would be amazing if it was a 4-drop.
But I guess that neg 25 power ability effect kind of brought too much.
But like, you can do so much more for a turn 5 play with a bunch of other cards.
If it was like a TN base deck, then yeah, so you can like evolve and then just do this effect thing. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
If there's like a way to evolve in this card, oh my lord, have mercy, that'd be good.
TN? Who?
What? I don't know. I feel like whenever I see TN, I feel like it's like, yeah, it's not bad, but it's like there's something with these TN cards that gets me triggered for some reason.
I mean, the green combo TN card was probably the best one. That doesn't even see play anymore. The blue one from U7 was really good, but Gohan never used it, so it's like... Oh, wait a minute, the black TN that got banned. There you go.
There we go.
There was one. We, you know.
I will never see
Hey,
it.
he had his time, but Yamcha came in and swooped up everything, and he's a star now.
TN was the most powerful character in the world. Then everything changed when Yamcha swooped in.
I mean, it's cool, but 5 mana is a lot. Like in a meta right now where there's so many aggressive decks, you're never playing this card realistically.
Yeah, like I said, if this was a 4-drop, perfect.
So if we say this, make the Yamcha a 3-drop, make the TN a 4-drop, you'd be cool with that, guys?
Yup.
Alright then. Alright. Looks like we're gonna talk about it, guys. So Gio, you have the honors.
Uh-huh. Oh, to read my?
No, dude, to look at mine.
Oh my god. Yeah, I remember when I showed you this card and I'm like, hey look, that baby that you're building, destroyed. Thank you.
Baby, just a poop. So all of you people hoping to kill Kotsukai, do you?
Just read the card.
It just kills baby, bro. It's a blue.
Read
counters
the fucking card.
barrier auto. When this card is played, draw one.
Draw one card. What does it say? Draw one card.
Is the energy the active mode? Putting a counter. Skill. Place up to one card in your opponent's life and one card in your opponent's energy in their drop area.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
And every color gets one. You get one.
Even
And
blue.
you get one.
Blue got
you get
one. Everyone is getting this card. Let's just get to the point. This card was by far the new and improved Cronoa. Only the difference is who cares about her because she only had one.
The new Cronoa, the new Borgos, even though they made a broken ass Borgos. And
the Borgos that
Blue
replaced
Borgos.
the previous Borgos.
That does the same thing this card does.
Why didn't they just evolve him in that Borgos that says, "Hey, I'm the better of Borgos," evolving into the better
I mean,
Borgos?
it's a great thing you said that, because next week we'll see what evolves on top of that one-drop Borgos.
Next week,
Anyway.
this week, either way, we all know we're fucked.
I mean, the blue stuff looked interesting. Green was kind of boring, but that's neither here or there.
Yeah, but we're not talking about blue today. We're talking about red as of this moment. And
Red, the up-and-comer, the new wave, the top dog when Brawly gets all the promo cards legal. So, this is a great card, I think. I mean, everybody got upset because like, oh, they're not gonna make silver bullets anymore. What are they doing? You have to know it's Bandai being banned. Of course they're gonna make silver bullets. Of course they weren't gonna stop doing that. Like they just did it for a little bit, but like they real like. I think that all these cards are made for the Bardock's crew because I noticed Bardock's crew, a lot of the cards say untap 2 mana, and that's pretty strong. And I think the baby counter also the promo untaps 2 mana or something like that. So I think they wanted to prevent all this mana untapping. But instead, I think what they really did is just make a card that you just like. It's pretty hard if baby goes second and they just drop this turn 1. I don't know what you're doing. I really don't know. and like if they have this and they have Koitsukais in their deck and they have like other cards that just really stop you, it's pretty annoying. I don't know how you guys feel.
I'm kind of upset that they keep on making decks. All these like crazy decks that like seems like really powerful, and within the same set, there's like stuff to like super hard counter and just crap all over it.
I really wish they didn't have to make these decks baby already, and then you push it up for a while, and then when it's finally released, let's start up the next part and just kill the deck already when the set hasn't even wasn't even fully out yet, and then besides pre-release, and then okay, now we're selling it in stock. It's the release date. Hey guys, here's what we have here. Your deck is dead. Get your baby cards, play it already, because it's all done the moment this set came out. And yeah, that's really a screw you to me, because I wanted to focus on baby, but yep, no, we made a oopsie there. Why were we thinking making a blue counter or almost making a yellow counter? Hint, hint. Noel suffering. And here we already gonna make a card that already makes it the Antichrist against the Antichrist of decks. So now here we already have, especially when you killed this character, because I literally was now gonna think like, oh, now people are gonna shit this character because of this effect, which is what we do. But now we already not just gonna be her anymore. Now we got Borgos, now we got Vegeta, and we're gonna have probably one of those other characters from Slug, whatever Block's gonna have, and we know Multicolor's not gonna have that because that'd be retarded. And now it's gonna be all out wars with no counters. You can either probably in the future be a side deck and when counters do a thing, which I highly doubt it. So hey guys, remember Batwing Laser? Yeah, I don't think so. I think of this card now.
I mean, you know, the baby SR is pretty cool for being counter. Seeing that Cell Secret Rare going back to the bottom of the deck at the PPG event was great.
Anyways, as I was going to say, I'm just upset they keep on making all these like decks in draft boxes. They need to stop doing that.
How about just don't make a deck and call it a day?
Draft box, make them all random cards. Don't make no fucking archetype fucking set. It's stupid as shit.
Bandai's now your #1 hit list, isn't it?
Draft box needs to burn.
Draft box is the greatest thing since sliced bread.
And then everything changed when Bandai fucked it up.
I don't think this draft box looks as great as draft box 5, if I'm being like honest here.
Nah,
5 actually did a lot of pushing, especially with the universal
people didn't
thing.
think. Yeah, like people didn't think 5 was gonna be good, and 5 turned out to be like after a while, like it was just insane.
Although
I don't know if that's gonna be the same thing here, but looking and just reading the cards, I see cards that are meant for draft and a good card here and there, but like there have only been like 2, maybe 3 cards at most that I'm like, oh, that's really, really good.
well, I mean,
Besides the Mai and all that.
well, I mean, like honestly, of course they're not gonna top 4. I mean, 4 broke that shit, and it's never forgotten. So it goes 4 and then 5 and then, you know, people might say 6, but we're not gonna go ahead and think like this like a Star Wars thing, because you know for a fact, even though we all know in Star Wars 5 and 4 were the best and then 6 was okay. You know, example, 4 and 5 of the draft box were by far the best. Of course, 4 was better because they had better tech cards. They found solutions that people are now using here in the meta, and the cards went stacked up high. 5 was just more based with the universals, but we're still using some tech cards that we can use, like Meteors for baby, Rebrians for the Kakusas for hand destructions, and then you also got like the Bergamos for the Jirans at the time, you know, when they were like the Jiran dog and shit. You know, anything you can to just hurt your opponent with all the whatever it is in the meta, and then cards just go up and up. All I know of this, it's not really called draft box. It's more like Bandai's cash bank, you know, their banking, because we put so much money into it, and they raised the roof out of those cards because they're so limited to achieve. So this is their only option of keeping their products going and making an account of money from all of us, especially going through this pandemic bullcrap like we kept mentioning. So It's
Well, we gotta thank PPG for throwing a real life regional that happened this past weekend. The events in Virginia
I
and New
mean, they
Jersey
need
for their
PPG.
1K.
I mean, if PPG doesn't do it, I mean, who are they really gonna depend on?
Hopefully not for TCG. I mean, they ran a really good webcam event, but like a mixture
The true
of like their like in store or not in their store, like their events. People have had little complaints here and there, but they did great. The people that run their webcam stuff right now, that was great.
I mean, it's either your PPG,
But-
is either you know PPG, or you just go indie. That's all. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I guess that's pretty much all the discussion we have with mine. So let's go on and talk about this this thing that Noel did. Noel, what you do to Piccolo here? It's disgusting.
Bro, I fucking love that Piccolo. That shit is retarded.
And I'll tell you why it's retarded. Because its auto effect is when this card is played, choose up to one of your other red battle cards and it gets 5,000 power and double strike for the turn. Activate main by paying 1 red energy. If your leader card is red and you discard this card from your hand, if your opponent's life is 6 or more, deal damage to it.
Burn.
I'll let Noah go first.
All I have to say is burn on, and there. If you pay attention to the rest of these cards we're gonna meet tonight, guys. They're trying to make burn relevant and a real thing. So be prepared for in the future when they make more burn cards and people learn how to make an efficient burn deck where they're just like, okay, if I turn 2, I'm just gonna burn you to death. I'm not gonna do shit to you.
When this guy's played, choose one of you.
You like reading those those effects, dude?
They're really trying to do burn playstyles of red, and that's cool. Like they're trying to expand the playstyle of red, where it's not just negging things by 10, 20k, not just being aggressive decks. They have also a niche for their burn deck. Imagine like if they made a chain burn deck, but it was a Dragon Ball deck, or Empty Mind. It's not Empty Mind, or Mystery Mind, or whatever that new Yu-Gi-Oh! Field spell card where they don't let you play the game. You need to win by burning. Like, if they did that for, like, Dragon Ball, that'd be pretty cool.
Just call it the Fire Nation and call it a day, guys. It's a Fire Nation deck. It burns everything to the ground until there's
Give
nothing
me
left.
1 second.
1. So, yeah. Just call it that. It's a really great card. It makes sure that you give all your cards to the... You know, it's a sad day when that poor Black Bardock card from set 10 had that crazy errata ruling. But at the luck of the draw at the time, because imagine that card not hit by the ruling with this deck. No, well, I just would have been quitting. I would have been quitting so hard. I literally would have been the bum of DBS. It's terrible. But I'm not gonna just say this is a bad card. This is a really great card. You obviously need to play it in your most burn decks. And although I'm actually glad about one thing, they don't really consist of same Piccolo Juniors and stuff, or Unia Piccolo Jr. So it works on like their what you're saying, like a Dropbox stuff, so like it can work around it. It is kind of the opposite of what the special deck sets have, like, because they do consist of you must require to have this type of character with, or type of card you're looking for. Like draft boxes do the opposite. They make sure that either say, oh, if you have this color as a leader, or you have this type of multicolor or whatever, you can do this and you do that to them, and you do whatever, and you gotta pay the cost of blah to do that. So it's fair and it's shown. The only thing is, if it make it balanced, it would have said Piccolo Junior Leader. Yeah, then probably we would see something less draft boxy. Okay, so I guess Jill will be on the mute. So let's move on to the next card. So now we're going to the rares. So the next rare we have here, guys, is Kami, Lord of the Lookout. Auto, if your leader card is red, when this card is played, choose 1, draw a card, or choose up to one of your unison cards and add a marker to it.
Hold on, sorry, I have to read it so I can understand it. I can't listen to it. I like the card. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a draft box card. That would be stupid. I think it has a good utility for unison focus decks in red, especially since red is like, when it comes to interactive unisons, red likes to add markers to their unisons. Like all the battle cards like to support unisons for red, and then it's the opposite with green. Green likes to remove markers from their opponent's unisons or from their own unisons to get a certain effect. I think this is a real cool tech card for red.
It's alright. So it's a great card, you know, the house with some unison cards. I pretty much wouldn't attack it much in red decks. Do you think it was a really good idea for it to be a rare though?
I mean, you have to remember that rares don't come full anymore, so now you have a higher chance of pulling rares.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying, like, as a rare, I don't know. It just feels.
I think it's rare worthy.
I feel it more uncommon worthy. I don't know, because I've seen most of these effects in some other cards, and they never get that big push because nobody bothers it. But it's like, oh, we'll make it a higher rarity. Maybe people will understand. Yeah, this could be very useful. It's gonna be hard to get, and you pretty much would main it. I probably have to see it, but then I don't know. Maybe I probably won't see it much the way that they want to show it.
Watch, I'm betting you within the next set or two after this draft box set comes out, it's gonna be prevalent in some sort of red deck. I bet you it's gonna be prevalent in that new red Gogeta deck.
Well, if it does, that's pretty much good. If it doesn't, oh well. It's the choice of how people use it. So we'll just have to say, maybe you could play maybe 3 of it in the deck. Also, does it remind me a little bit like the Guru card? Plus
the Guru
from set 4, you gotta think all the classic Piccolo stuff. You know, Guru, the fat Namekian.
Oh yeah.
It's like that a little bit with the comic. Oh yeah, there was like the other comic card. So it's like seeing the other older cards coming back with their similar effects, but with different styles and different rarities. Gio, what do you think?
He's muted. He's not gonna talk.
No, he's not. He's unmuted.
He's still not gonna talk.
I'm not surprised. There you go. Okay, so let's move on then. Oh, okay.
Oh, he's...
Well, Gio.
He shall speak.
Tell us, Almighty One, what do you think of Kami, Lord of the Lookout?
Oh, great Lord Gio.
Of the ocean.
Please, grant us wisdom upon to us. No? Okay, next card. King Piccolo, 5 seconds to eradication. Deflect, double strike, barrier. Permanent. If your leader card is red, your opponent can't activate blocker skills in the response to this card's attack. Auto, once per turn. If your leader card is red, when this card attacks, choose up to one of your red unison cards and add a marker to it. Auto, add 1 card from your life to your hand. When this card's attack is negated, deal 1 damage to your opponent. I like it a lot. It does a lot. I don't know in what deck you would play it in, besides obviously a burn focus deck. But the fact that it has deflect, barrier, and double strike is just plain stupid. People can't activate blocker in response to its attack, and if they negate the attack, you get to take a life and burn your opponent for 1 life. You know, that's pretty stupid.
That's a rare.
And you add a marker to your unison. This fucking card does it all. I just actually, you know what? I don't think actually this is, you know what? I lie. This can go in a lot of red decks that aren't this can go in a good red stuff deck. That's what this card is. This is a good red stuff card deck.
Good red stuff
Or
card.
a good red stuff deck card. Sorry, I can't speak.
Good red stuff card. Okay.
Deck.
I don't know what it is, but I agree. And this is an incredible card, you know, for a rare to have this. That's amazing. It's like if this was a super rare, I think it would have gone beyond the point. Like they really put.
Oh yeah, this. Yeah, you're right. This is like super rare level kind of shit.
Like that super rare level, like, but for a rare to have this, you know, Draftbox put that shit forward too much. Like that's compared to that Kami rare. Come on, like this rare just said, hey, yeah, I ain't no rare. I'm a super rare, but I'm too cool to have it because fuck you, I'm Draftbox material. It seriously hurts people, and yeah, your most focus is burn decks and that other thing you were mentioning that I'm not gonna repeat because I'm stupid. But you know,
No way.
I really feel like there's so much.
He has finally blessed us with his presence.
I mean, I was here talking. Like,
Whenever you use this NDC Blue channel. Oh god, he's stuck again. Noel, can you hear him? Noel? Yoo-hoo. Oh fuck, do I have to do this shit again? Okay, hold on. Noel? Hello?
yes.
Oh, okay. Because when you stop talking, Noel stopped talking, and he's gone too. God damn, what's with this connection shit?
Dun 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 dun. The Bermuda Lost Triangle. Dun 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 dun.
There we go. I'm back.
Oh my god. Whew.
Exactly.
But back to my point of view. So yeah, this.
All right,
this
we all know who's the one with the crappy internet, and it ain't me and Kevin.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm in a forest right now, so yeah.
I love
Of course
Whose
I have
fault
that
is
too.
that, Loma?
the funny part is the connection affected Noel too.
That's
This
usually what
is
happens.
glory. This is glorious. Blame Comcast because it's Comcast internet.
Oh, I know.
Blame them.
No.
You Comcast,
Oh,
you trash.
Yeah, it is trash. Fuck that company.
Okay, on to the SR.
Well, no, I'm not done with my King Piccolo review. It's really good.
So this card's better than that King Piccolo promo that they made, ironically.
Oh yeah, that piece of crap.
Compare this, and I
Yeah.
know you didn't get the chance to come to the comic card, but if you had the chance, you've already pretty read it. You know, they'll draw one, and then you get your unison and marker, so you don't have to read the effect. What do you really think of both cards in comparison as rarities? Not by effects, but by rarities. Like, because this is a super rare ability of a card, because a rare to have this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's it? That's
it.
Jesus Christ.
All right, next card.
Yeah, you make it sound like you have no internet. My God. I feel.
Yes.
What a butthole. Next card. Next card. Damn it. Next card.
Shut up. Son Goku off to defeat King Piccolo. Deflect, triple attack. Permanent. If your leader card is red, your opponent can't activate blocker skills in response to this card's attack. Auto. If your leader card is red, when this card is played, choose all your opponent's battle cards. They get negative 20,000 power for the turn. Then choose up to one of your red unison cards and add a marker to it.
this is a finisher. I wouldn't see why they would have to give it that auto of giving your unison, like that part of the auto that you give your unison a marker. If you're gonna kill them with this card, you feel me? It's a 5-drop. Like if you're playing this card, it's to kill them because it has deflect, the triple attack, and they can't activate blocker. And what is it? You neg everything
With 20k,
yeah,
yes.
you neg everything by 20k. So this is a finisher card. I don't see the point of them making it so that it adds a marker to your unison. I think that's stupid. But besides that, I like the card. I would prefer triple strike, but whatever.
I think that's why they had a reason why they made it triple attack. Because triple strike would have
I
been
mean,
a game.
it's basically a board wipe.
It's
It's gonna kill. It's gonna kill mostly everything on the field that doesn't have barrier.
I think that's the idea, because they didn't want to make it like a finisher. If they did had a finisher, it obviously wouldn't have that auto effect. It would have done something
Yeah.
more to it.
Bandai's doing this weird thing where they're not making actual finishers anymore, and it's kind of pissing me off.
Yeah, because they're not going to. They said this.
I mean, what do you want to?
Yeah.
Do you want everything to be ultra? Victory strike.
He wants Machin Buu to have a victory strike card, dual attack, deflect, can't be negated, blah blah blah. Come on.
Let's
I
have,
never said anything like that, but that would be amazing.
yeah, for the color yellow, sir.
That'd be
You
the
know
wrong
what?
color.
You know what? At this point, I want to see blue. I want to see blue and yellow. Give me a yellow blue deck. Watch how fast I'll shit on everyone with it.
And it's banned. I actually can't wait for Utah to ban you again. This time for real.
Who?
Utah. The state of Utah bans Noel for playing the game.
Oh, Utah.
They really don't like you in their community, do they?
No, not really.
Of course. All right, Gio. What's your thoughts on this card?
The Goku.
Meh.
I don't like all these high mana cost things that they're giving to red. That's like, it's a really good card if you make it on 5. I don't think you're making it on 5 in this meta. Especially with like Macha Vegeta is gonna have a field day. Red Broly, Vegex, Riku, Gohan. There's one other deck that I forgot that's super aggressive. Like, it's a really cool card, and like if you're playing like Bulma or a red mid range, I could see this card being a factor coming in, clearing the board. But like, why wouldn't you just play Secret Identity Mass Saiyan at that point? I mean, I guess because it says the flag, but you're paying 5 mana to do so. So I mean, it just depends what value you want to get from the card. It's not a bad card by any means. It has a lot of good keyword skills. I just think 5 mana is a bit too much right now.
I agree. Too much mana, too many keyword skills, just to make it too much. This card is already just. It looks like it's overwhelmed with so many things. I highly doubt this card could probably be useful for a while. If it had evolved, it could have maybe worked something out, which I've been fine with, because it does have a 3-drop here, so it could have worked it out, and I would have been okay with it. Yeah, triple attack with this effect is the only option it would work, because if it was triple strike, then it shouldn't have the auto effect to give your unison a chance. Also, not gonna lie, the name Son Goku also defeat King Piccolo is kind of a stupid name for a title of a card. The next card it has is a pretty good name, but this one, it's kind of corny. So...
I mean, the other card looks like the winner card promo from the last bet.
Yeah, so let's go off to the next card, and that's Son Goku Nimbus Master. I'll repeat that, Nimbus Master. That's a name you're supposed to call it. That's what it goes. Anyway, unique auto if your opponent's turn. At the end of a battle where this card is used in a combo play, up to one skillless battle card with an energy cost of 2 or less from your deck or drop area, shuffle your deck if you look through it, and you can't activate the auto skill on copies of this card for the turn. Activate main by paying 1 energy, send 1 skillless battle card from your drop area to the warp. Play this card from your hand.
I like it a lot for skillless. It doesn't have to be on field, right? Let me reread it. If it's your opponent's turn at the end of a battle where this card is used in combo. Yeah, so this doesn't have to be on the field. I don't know why they gave it unique. That's weird. If it's not going to be hitting field, period. I like it. It gives skillless a 10k combo for a skillless Kid Goku. It gives it a 1 plus K combo, and you get to recur your 20k 2 drops, which is pretty cool.
Keiku all the way.
No way. Are you gonna go next?
No, I'll let you go because this is more like your style of the deck since you know what Keiku works.
It's a unique card. I feel like I just like Bulma the Bunny Girl better than this. I feel like I almost have the same card, except Bulma's a blocker, I think.
Yes.
I got a blocker as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not bad. There's a reason that they're making all these skillless cards for red and yellow, for Gohan and for Kid Buu. And we'll see, you know, that Unison, Vegeta Jr. is really good for the deck, for both skillless decks, but I like the card, it's not bad, I just don't know how much playability it has. That's where...
I feel like this is a 2 of. Like, if you were to mainboard this, it would be a 2 of. Just because you don't want to have your hand clogged with this, especially since you're going to be paying a lot of mana with your 1-drop Kid on the field to bring up 30Ks and shit like that.
I feel like they have, like, when I read the other cards with the colors, they all have, like, the similar effects. I think that's kind of lazy with Bandai. I will agree.
I like how, if you noticed, since the last draft box, they were trying to, like, push 1-drops, because everyone was like, oh, 1-drops are crap, blah, 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 blah. What's the point of having a 1-drop 10k skillless card? It's not going to do anything. And so they supported 1-drops, and now they're doing the same thing with 20Ks. So it makes me think that they might support 30Ks more, so like start giving like 30Ks critical and double strike or whatever.
Stop. I mean, the Shenron Unison and the Gogeta Jr. and no, I think the Goku Jr. they just give 5K. I don't think they give double strike, but I know the Shenron.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it makes me think that, like, maybe in the next draft box or in the next set, they'll have support cards that give 30Ks, like some sort of effect, or like you get to play 30Ks out. You'll have another option of playing 30Ks for 2 mana besides the 1-drop Kid Goku.
Maybe, but they're really pushing these 1-drop skills cards right now.
Yeah, but like I said, that was last draft box. And if you notice in this draft box, they're pushing the 2-drop 20Ks.
Yeah, I mean, Dimension Support Trunks is always really good at that deck.
Yeah, you pretty much said all the words out of my mouth. I got nothing, so. Yeah. Alright. It's fine. So we got our next final battle card here until we get the extra cards, and that's King Piccolo, the new ruler. Double strike, permanent. If your leader card is red, this card gets plus 5,000 power, and your opponent can activate blocker skills in response to this card's attack. Activate main if you have a red Unison card in play with 3 or more markers on it. Play this card from your hand, and you can play copies of this card for the turn. Auto, at the end of the turn, send this card to its owner's warp.
Double striker for red? Yes, please.
Red Brawly's finisher, ladies and gentlemen.
Cancer, ladies and Cancer within Cancer. Oh, the Fire Nation has done it again.
They made a better King Piccolo. Like, you know how that World Tournament Green Piccolo promo? Like, this is a better promo. And kind of does the same thing, but it's red. Yeah.
I mean,
Red Brawly's just gonna abuse this card. This card's gonna be expensive. Get your copies now.
gotta get those copies, man. It's really good. And Evolve, of course, this is the best super. The Gokus weren't that great. This is actually like a way better super. This is the second King Piccolo card that we have acknowledged. Wow. And both this card and the rare one is the best one I've seen. You know, and so I think they're like the best battle cards that we talked about, as well as the Mai. The Bulma's pretty good, like out of all the battle cards, I think, because seeing this review here, I do enjoy some of these cards. I was thinking we did see the hype for red, but when we talk about it, we kind of think, yeah, it's not really that hyped single-handedly when we reread the cards and talk about them. So red's okay. It just has that issue with energy costs, because they're just too high, and they make it harder for you to play unless they have an idea like, oh yeah, you just pay this certain card effect, or you activate this type of card you have saved for a while that was from an old set or whatever, or you can evolve it so that way you can use it. But if you don't have any of those stats, it's kind of like pointless. Either way, you don't have to play it just for burn. You can just play it for like any other main aggro deck. So you're either playing aggro or you're playing burn with these set of cards. And if you are, make sure you know what tech you're gonna use to main it for that type, because otherwise you're just gonna spend money on something that's not gonna be worth it, and you're gonna figure it out that it was a waste of time, and by the time you do need to make that deck or the cards you need to get, it's gonna go up in price and you'll be too late.
I mean, it'll be great seeing Red Brawly dominate with the promo and King Piccolo. Can't wait.
I'm triggered about the next card that we're gonna get to. It pisses me off because this shit's all over Shin-Chan.
Alright, so our
that's a wonderful thing.
So our next
Stop.
Yep. So our next
Let's stop.
He doesn't want you to be happy, Gio. And this is his color. I love that. He wants to see his own color. So.
No, Gio never wants me to be happy. He always wants my fucking decks to die. Stupid asshole.
No, that'd be me.
Hey man.
No.
I mean, that's also true.
No, Gio, yours is not to die. You always help him to make it better. I'm the one who wants his decks to die. I just like him suffer. Anyway, our extra cards we have is Strength through Survival. Activate main, if your leader card is red, draw a card. Then choose up to one red card, and your opponent can activate blocker skills in response to that card's attack for their turn.
This card is gross. So it replaces itself, and you ensure an attack going through if you know they don't have a negate, or if there's like a card that says your opponent can't negate this attack or whatever, like OG Victory Strike. So if you somehow figure out a way to play OG Victory Strike with a red leader, you just play this, and you're just like, haha, you're dead.
They do a lot of things to make sure
Yeah.
blockers aren't happening, because you could tell that one of the things for aggros is you block it, you prevented it.
I mean, it's great, you know. With Max Power Kamehameha and this card, there's a lot of cards right now that Shin run hates. It's a great time to be alive. But I mean, you know, like, I don't know why Noel doesn't hate Max Power Kamehameha or Remote Serious Bomb. Both black cards any deck can play. But, you know.
I think it's because he's been so much on the black colors for a while since set 9 with the boo stuff, and then all the way to the well, when Turtles was still a thing, and the one-drop U3 cards were still around at the time, and then when those cards were gone, I don't know, it's been like he's been stuck in a void.
So much.
It's not gonna happen, dude. You're not gonna see that for a while. Unless you beg and plead and everything, it's still not gonna be enough. You're gonna see them banned the same way that we're never gonna see Waluigi coming to Smash. So let's.
How much that
Exactly.
If we do see that, I'm not gonna be judgmental. Me, Moses, and everybody will be happy, but that's for another time. Let's move on. We're gonna got the I'm gonna call it the proxy Mafuba. Tien Shinhan's Mafuba. Counter attack, if your leader card is red, negate the attack, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unison cards, and it gets negative 5,000 power for the turn.
I like it. I think it's a good. I think it's a cool negate. Because there's finally a card that interacts with unisons. Like this set, this current set that came out, and this draft box set, there are finally cards that interact with unisons. Because in set 9, when unisons first came out, there was no real way to interact with unisons besides swinging into them.
Wait, so
9-drop Brawly Colt. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway,
wait, did you
I
say
just said-
did you say when Unisons came out in set 9?
he did.
They'd say it came out in set 10.
Or
Like in
Go for
between,
it.
in
I'm
between.
going to sleep. I'm tired. Bye.
It's
or
it's only 919 in your area, dude.
but yeah, but he makes a point. There's more interaction with unisons, but I think green has the best. There's the best color with the best unisons and the best interaction with unisons when they can egg markers off unison. So
I guess that's true. I mean, I just see it at a point that I just don't think. I think it's kind of like a basic negate, but I guess is the reason a lot of people were really like happy to see it is because since unisons are here, they are finally gonna get touched for once, and we need like cards so that we can play some of the older cards, and then now they're because they're officially done at this point now that unisons are a thing. So now with these new cards, like people need to get them for like whatever color deck they're gonna come out, so that you can start hurting the unisons, because if you don't start hurting unisons, they're gonna be a major problem, and attacking them is not gonna be enough. So you do need to require to play these type of cards, because whatever cards you had and you enjoy them, it's now officially over unless you use them for just the bad cards you want to get rid of or hurt your leader. But you also need to start taking in some of these unison cards that's gonna hurt the unisons, so that you have a chance of winning. So I guess I'll give this a thumbs up for now, because we do need this until we get a new card that replaces itself from like future sets.
and then we get a yellow Mafuba card that matches blue and green.
And actually do something that's not just negative, and actually just do the actual Mafuba thing. But if we're talking about a copy of a card, let's talk about this wannabe Senso Bean, ladies and gentlemen. And that is Corrin's Tower Secret Medicine. Activate battle. If your leader card is red, choose one of your cards and it gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. If it's your opponent's turn, choose up to one of your opponent's cards, ignore Barrier, and it gets negative 5,000 power from the battle.
So if I could get this for the color yellow, and instead of negging something, you put it in rest mode for yellow, that would be just dandy.
No.
So yeah, so I like the idea is that they're always using like Corrin stuff, like all the Senso Beans and whatever. That way it stays the basic idea, like we're a Senso Bean set, we're all the Corrin stuff. So yeah, we have one that untaps an energy, we have one that now negs power. Green, I believe, is the one with chaos, and yellow is the one with rest mode. So now we're gonna wait for those two other colors to come into. But red actually having their own Senso Bean is a great thing. It also reminds me a lot with the Whis Cortion of red from set 1, which is Vados Cortion, which is a little similar to it. So it's actually pretty cool that we finally get it.
So for everyone who doesn't keep up with the Dragon Ball manga currently right now, quick spoiler alert: Goku's about to open a can of whoop ass on the villain of the current arc right now, and this dumb mother effer gives him a Sensu Bean. He's like, I want to fight you full power. So it'd be super troll if they made that into a card.
Oh, so like what he did to Cell with Gohan?
Yeah, so he did the cell with Gohan.
Dude, just make that as a part of the Cell deck. Dude, no. They need to do that for Cell decks.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh my god, no, but if you give us like Krillin being like grabbed to the throat by Garlic Jr. as a super combo, Bandai, we are begging you to please do that. That'd be so amazing. Holy shit.
No,
is they make a
Give us
card that's
broken cards. Thank
It
you.
would be funny if they made a direct answer to Reboot Gohan Leader, and make that a card where it's a
Um,
self Sensu Bean and it directly answers that leader. That would be hilarious.
I mean, release from Evil Cult and no, Bandai, don't listen to him, please. For the love of God, let Reboot go on shit on me.
Make a card where Cell is taking a Sensu Bean and it directly answers the Reboot Gohan Leader. Do it,
No.
Bandai.
No,
Oh, make it like
they love me. They love me. They listen to my needs. Every time I want a need, have a need, they listen. Every time you have a need, well, you get pooped on. Thank you, Bandai.
What about me? What happens if I get a need?
Your needs are we make characters you like and then we make them invalid about 5 seconds later. Anyway,
I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get. At least it's better than Noel's. Noel's get
Yeah.
jack shit anyway.
I mean, not wrong.
No, but like imagine like you get like a tri picture of Cell and you see like Goku through the Sensu Bean with Krillin's face reacting. Gohan's like what the hell, and then you look at the top of the picture and it's like it's Cell eating the bean.
Oh my god. You
That-
know what the card could be named? The card could be named I'm firing my laser. You know, for the meme.
You had it.
You know.
You had
Anyways,
me
and as listen to my needs, I wanted 2 specific things in this game. For there to be a meta relevant blue deck, which they did with the black deck when it first came out, and for them to make a crit combo card, which they did with that Frieza card in the last draft box, the draft box before, I forget which one.
there. Exactly. So, let's go to our last and final card of the night, guys. You're not an old man, Noel. You're just a sad person.
No, I'm an old man. I need to go to sleep early so I get to work.
Oh, boo-hoo, I have to get up early for work too, but you don't see me complaining about it. It's because, as you can see, Noel, as officially, this is the final blow.
All up.
Activate main or battle. If If your leader card is red, you may choose one of your mono red battle cards, negate its non-keyword skills for the turn, and give it negative 25,000 powers for the turn. If you do, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets negative 25,000 power by the turn.
This is just a giant FU to someone who tried to finish the game and they didn't, so then the guy tries to snap back and then just like, no thank you, bye bye, final blow, go fuck yourself.
That's probably gonna be edited out. But anyway, yeah, he's not wrong.
I'm gonna
I like
about bro, how about that? Huh? I'm gonna edit you out.
Sure. But I like that they're giving the colors a little bit more purpose, definition, and stuff. But I'd like to see this in main sets a little bit more. I feel like in these draft box or side sets, they really express the colors and how they want them to go. But in main sets, they just do the same things for the most part.
Can you imagine like in main sets, like they got these crazy broken effects? I mean, what would be the point of draft boxes? Nothing. You already made the game as stupid as it can be. That's what we did, all that stupid shit in set 3 to 4, and we went too far, and then we just like, okay, let's cool it back a bit. It's not bad because it does say that if you it can negate a non-keyword skill for a turn. Although that has to be with your own card, so you have to sacrifice your own card in order to make sure that your opponent's cards get hit. So, of course, I like the idea that it's a main battle effect, so you can do it at any time, but I feel as though, to me, honestly, I wouldn't really risk that much, unless, like Noel said, you're so desperate, you literally have to give it what the card text does say at the top. And I mean, I have done some things like that before. There's no point. I made sacrifices. My friends done sacrifices to make sure they get the win.
When you bloodlusted Noel and won the game because he misplayed.
Oh,
Good
that,
times.
I mean, come on, those were the glory days. Remember, Noel, man? The glory
Yeah.
days of how Frieza was annihilating you.
Oh yeah.
I miss those days. But I pretty much, in my point of view, I think to me, because as you guys call me out, I don't care. Yeah, I mean, for me, because it's just me, and I'm one of those, whatever you call them, those mid range players. Yeah, I wouldn't risk that much unless, you know, if I ever do stuff like that, I have to make I have to make a sacrifice so that I
Fucking
can.
dirty mid-range player.
So it's more like you want to say this as a last resort card instead of like doing it sometimes, unless you're one of those players who just like say, yeah, I'll make a sacrifice, I don't care, I'll still summon this card, I'll do this, I'll hit him with that, who cares, I'll do whatever it takes. Or if you're gonna be like Geo with like that stupid super baby card he did before that Black Barda card got ruled errata and do all those one turn kill thing he did to me, follow the meme.
Oh, I mean, you know, hey man, that was a fun deck. Okay, it's a fun deck.
You're a fun deck in hell.
No.
Yes.
But you know, killing people on turn 2, going first, it's okay. You know.
Yeah, you're right. It's okay.
just-
It's okay to it's okay to actually ruin a friendship and just bring cancer to the world. It's okay. That's what Red does. It brings the final blow,
Mhm.
and it makes sure that you hurt your friends, and you never ever have to talk to them again because they can tell you go fuck yourself, and they never want to see you. And if they do, they're gonna set fire to your doorstep.
I mean, you can play my Majin Vegeta deck. That's a fun time.
No. But all in all, it's okay. That's all. That's all I gotta say. Nope. I guess that's so much you guys are gonna say.
Well, you know, I'm
Give
looking
me
forward
yellow
to,
cards.
no. I'm looking forward to the Bardock crew next week because they did them justice finally. So,
Okay. So in all, guys, what do you think of all the red cards of today's review? Okay, pretty good, not bad, excellent.
All the cards that aren't meant for draft are really good, and all the ones that aren't meant for draft are obviously meant for draft. So it's just like, it's crap.
well, you know, the Yellow Bergamo Unison called another great breaking card coming. You know. We really appreciate if you stuck it out this far. We appreciate, you know, everybody that takes the time to listen to this podcast. Whenever we upload it, every other week, whenever, we appreciate your time. We appreciate everybody that subs or subscribes or whatever it is on YouTube and takes the time to read our thoughts, not only in the comment section, but in the Facebook group or whenever Kevin posts pictures about his box openings or his excitement about the game. We appreciate everybody that does all that. I just wanted to say that on this episode coming back. So,
It's pretty.
you know, me and Kevin really appreciate that. It's not to cut off. Okay.
What about me? Fuck you.
You appreciate it too, yeah. Or
Coming here on your day off, waiting for Geo for eating, 2 hours and 30 minutes
oh yeah.
with his internet connection being crappy.
Yeah, we got through one. I mean, I'll be back in Miami
Exactly.
for the next one. So that episode, I'll be on the PC.
That's what he said a month ago, people, and he's there.
Hey man, a forest in Naples. It's a rather fun time.
No, it isn't.
In a forest in Utah where I still have connection. Mama.
Hey man, have you ever seen a polar bear?
Yeah. You're talking to one right now.
No way.
Wow, dude, that's racist. Thanks a lot.
Exactly.
Anyway, it is great to actually be back, guys. We've just been in hiatus. I mean, it actually was pretty good to actually have the actual break, because the last time we tried to do a hiatus, Ben said, "Yeah, no, screw you guys. You gotta keep doing your show." But the hiatus took a little longer, and because we did wanted to do the review when they tried to do the cards, but the timing was bad, mostly because of my work schedules, and I know. Gio, he's doing school right now. He's trying to finish up his midterms, and Noel, he's working on a new job at this time. So we're trying to do everything we can. I know this episode didn't have Angel, because I don't think Angel knew about the episode, but he might come back. But there might be some other reasons he may not, and we want him to explain it. So we will do Blue actually next week. I guess it'd be better off. I was thinking we could have done more recordings, but I don't want to take all the time and effort for that. And I know Gio has to study for the remainder of his midterms, so we will do Blue next week. We know the set won't be coming out until later in November, so we still have enough time. So we'll be ready to talk about the Bardock's crew, and then afterwards we'll talk about the Hirudegarn. And
the boy.
And then we're gonna have Slug, and then whatever Black is, and then the remainder of it we multicolors, and then we'll finish it as fast as we can. If it gets too close, then I guess we'll talk about Black and multicolors at the same time. We'll do as best as we can, guys. So again, thank you so much for your appreciation for the wait, and we're glad to be back, and we hope to do this sometime. We'll do this more whenever we can. And after Draftbox, if the next set is going to be the 12 set, aka part 3 of the Unison, that will be season 3. Because we like to do the start of season when the next set is out. So by then, guys, we thank you for joining us. Give this video a like, comment what you think of our reviews. I know we were goofing around. I do have a lot of editing to do, but I will make sure that to get this uploaded soon in this weekend. And because we do these recordings every Friday, share this to your friends, subscribe if you're new, come check to the Facebook page, give us a like if you can. You can also, like I said earlier, check out the link below to see my review of my first ever God Pack review. And I hope to see you guys next week. So this is a goodbye from Noel.
Bye bye.
And Gio.
See you next week.
And this is Fortress Striker, signing off.